Hey there, tech fans. Rick here again with another gadget review. Today I've got the Wasserstein solar panel, which was specifically designed to work with the Blink line of outdoor cameras. This product is totally compatible with the Blink XT, the Blink XT2, and the very latest Blink outdoor models, and I think it's a pretty cool product. Now you might already be thinking, Rick, what do I need with a solar panel? I mean, the beauty of the Blink XT system is that it's totally wireless. I can pop a couple batteries inside, stick it to a wall or to a pole way out in my backyard, and for the next 2 years, it's going to record any movement in that area. And you'd be totally right under normal conditions. I have a lot of these cameras around my home, and most of them operating on batteries, so a set of fresh batteries gets me about 2 years under normal use. But there are a couple areas around my home, my driveway, my front porch, my back patio, that I don't get that long a battery life out of it, and it's because maybe I'm recording a longer clip, or I need a higher definition clip in the driveway, or maybe there's a lot more foot traffic in the area like my front porch where it's triggering the camera more often, which means it's recording more often, which means it's drawing more electrons out of the battery and they're not lasting as long. So I've been on the hunt for a couple months looking for an alternative way to power those cameras in those 3 locations, and I really only have 2 options. I can plug a power supply in inside the house so I'm close to an outlet and run a wire outside to plug into the back of the camera, but that doesn't really appeal to me because number one, it's a headache to route that wire outside. It's going to take time to drill holes and mount everything and make sure it's watertight. Plus the camera's no longer wireless at that point, so why not just use a wired camera? The other alternative is to go with something like this where it's self-contained. And it's beautiful because what it does is it basically drinks in the photons from the sun, turns those into electrons, charges a battery inside that provides power to the camera. So as a nerd, this wins every time. So the company I'm reviewing today, Wasserstein, if you haven't heard of them before, they're a company that builds a ton of accessories for these type of cameras. So this one, the Arlo, a bunch of other cameras on the market. They'll build mounting kits, they build cables and chargers, solar panels that really enhance your experience with those outdoor cameras. So I like them an awful lot. I also like the fact that they're a big company and they really take time to think through these designs. Now what I'm going to do in this clip today is start with an unboxing to show you everything that comes with the kit, and then I'll talk a little bit about what makes this kit special, because there's a lot of products on the market that may look the same, but there's certain things you should look for when you're considering a solar panel like this that will really give you the longest life and the best use out of that product. So let's get started with the unboxing and then I'll talk about the tech. All right, so inside the box, let me open it up. Very nice box, by the way. They've done a great job with the graphics, very strong box. Inside there, you'll find the first thing is an instruction manual, which gives you all the information you'll need on how to use the product, how to mount it, how to connect it. It's a really simple product to use. Essentially, there's 2 steps. You bolt this to a wall, point it at the sun, connect it to the camera, and that's it. You're done. It takes care of everything else. Here's the solar panel. Now, what's cool about this is that they've got a really nice carrier in the bottom of this. Now I know I'm making a big deal out of plastic here, but look at how perfect that is. They've got a form-fit plastic carrier inside there where everything is nestled in there nice and tight, so it's not going to bounce around. A lot of these companies that are in a hurry to get a product on the market will put it in a box, put a lot of foam around it, and ship it to you. Then you get it, and this is cracked or scratched, or there's pieces rattling around inside. So what this tells me about the company is they really think about the consumer and making sure they're putting a professional product out in the market space. So kudos on them for doing that. There's the mount. And then finally, this is a nice little touch. They include mounting hardware, so you can mount this either in brick with these holders or directly to siding or wood or a pole out in your backyard. So all things being equal, it's a pretty nice little setup. All right, so the mount, I'll talk about that first, then I'll talk about the solar panel. So the mounting kit comes with 3 screws and 3 different mounting, I guess you'd call those bushings that would go into concrete. So if you're going to drill into a solid surface like brick, you'll slide those into the brick and then you'll screw the screws into them. If you're going into wood or in metal, you may have to drill a pilot hole, but these screws will attach it right to that. All right, the mount is pretty cool because there are 2 holes back here and you'll bolt these to a wall, but the mount's at 360 degree. So I can pivot this direction, right? So I can make sure that I'm facing the sun. I can also twist it sideways if I have to. So if, for example, on the wall, you're watching the sun travel this way across your yard, you want to make sure the solar panel is flat against the travel of the sun through your yard, and you can adjust it any way you need to. The other nice thing about it is they give you a really long cable. So this has a 4-meter cable on it, which means I'm getting about 13 feet of cable between the solar panel and the connection to the camera. And that's perfect because a lot of times the camera's in one spot where you're focusing on an area you want to record, but the sun doesn't get to that area. It might get around the corner in your house. So you could mount this to the side of the house, run that 4-meter cable along the gutter or whatever behind your siding over to your camera and plug it in. So I love the fact that they give you a nice long cable there. Now, one other thing they've done, which is pretty cool, is they've got this patent pending design for this waterproof connector, because on the back of the Blink cameras, on the bottom here, you pull this little rubber stopper off, there's a micro USB plug in there, and that's where you can actually power the camera. Now, if you're going to use an alternative power source like this, don't use batteries in it. Take the batteries out. That's all the power you're going to need. But this plugs into the back of the camera right here, and because they've designed this bushing around the outside to be watertight, it means you're not going to have any issues with water getting into the camera and over time damaging your camera. Another thing that's really important is that some of these I've seen on the market still require batteries inside the camera, and they're going to charge those batteries. And the challenge with that is that if you've got a couple of days of like dark skies or cloudy skies, maybe you're not sending enough current to charge the batteries. This has an internal battery, which means even if you don't have sun for a while, the internal batteries here will run that camera for quite a long time. Now, I did some testing with this on my own and actually thought to myself, well, how long will the internal batteries run that? Say, for example, I don't know, we have a week worth of gray skies and the sun's not really shining. I put cardboard over this for a week and ran the camera for almost 9 days. And I took the cardboard after that because I'm thinking like it'll run forever. But I got 9 days out of use with the internal batteries on the camera without the sun actually charging them at that point. So I think you're going to get a lot of use out of it, and you're going to get, really durability as well. Now, to put this together, there's an arrow on the back that shows you. You'll slide this mount in here. And I think it's nice that they're disconnected because it allows you to mount this to your wall, get it in the perfect position, and then slide the solar panel over top of it, and then position it any way you need to. There's one screw right here where you can tighten this one so it doesn't pivot. You're going to want it, again, facing the sun, where the flat surface of this follows the travel of the sun through your yard in the back. And that's pretty much it. So it is really just that simple. Mount the camera, mount the bracket, slide the solar panel on it, connect this guy up to this little micro USB connection in the back, and then sit back and relax. No more worrying about the middle of winter, dragging a ladder out of your garage, climbing up there with your wife scared on the back porch, like, you're gonna fall. I'm like, I gotta get the camera working. No more of that nonsense. This will take care of all your needs. Now, again, I think they did a great job with it. They have a bunch of different models. They make another one, which I'll be reviewing as well, that actually has a light on it, a security light out with a motion sensor, so it'll turn on and illuminate the area, in addition to providing power for the camera. But for today, this is the solar panel package. And again, I've tested it for the last couple of weeks. It solved all my problems. It's a great way to power these cameras without worrying about running cables and spending money on electricity. You're using a green solution that's a super nerdy solution as well, and you can tell all your friends, hey, that camera up there is powered by that solar panel on my roof, and you're gonna feel pretty cool with that. So anyway, that's all I had for today. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, stay nerdy.